Welcome back to Door Points, everybody. This is Ron, and as you can see, there's fire there, so you know I'm angry about something. So this is a Demo Daze highlight. It's demo games that I actually purchased after playing them on the Demo Daze videos, but it all started because of this game. 10 Tons King Oddball. It's just an Angry Birds ripoff, and I was so excited to play it. I loved the Angry Birds game, and yeah, I was excited, and then I purchased it for $4.99, and hundreds of levels, and good at first, but there's a problem. This game is broken, so you're gonna see it right now, actually, and then we'll talk about other details. Here we go. Okay, epic win. All right, I got it. This is level 3, and nothing. Didn't get the diamond, didn't pop, didn't consider it a win. So like I said, hundreds of levels here, and then you have all these extra challenges as well, which are totally great, but one of the extra challenges is the diamond levels, which means you are replaying the first original 100 levels, but instead of 3 rocks, you get 2 rocks and a diamond, which like breaks through material a little better. So it's kind of a leg up. But the problem is as you get into these other later levels here, oh, you're gonna see this again, by the way. Yeah, epic win. Now again, this is level 3. This is simple, it's easy, whatever. But as you get into the later levels where it takes you, you know, maybe 30 minutes to just, you know, beat, this is sped up. This is sped up footage of me trying to beat level 27 on Area 1. And now, anybody who's played a lot of Angry Birds knows that there's a level that you usually get to that's kind of a stumper, and so you stop, you take a breath, or you come back the next day. But there are some levels you can spend, you know, a lot of time on. Now, that's fine, except I spent 30 plus minutes on this, and then finally got to my good run. And the reason this level also is so hard is because of this barrier there, that metal barrier. But there, I got the tanks, and now I need to just get these 3. And boom, got him. And now this one was, I was a little scared here, but just miracle on the Hudson, here we go! Bam! Yeah! Call me Sully! I got it! But after 30 plus minutes of playing it, level 27 just didn't pop. It didn't give it to me. And so I just flicked off the game and screamed, 10 tons. Most of your game is good, but the diamond areas are broken. Like, every other level doesn't pop, it doesn't work. Do an update, please, and fix it. Fix it! Alright. Now, let's get into some other games. Yes, now we're into the rest of the list. That was my big complaint. But Tembo, the Badass Elephant. I knew the moment I played the demo I was going to buy this game, and I really do love it. Just the look of it, the feel of it. It's just a side-scrolling platformer for the most part, but you're an elephant, you break through everything. It's just really fun. It is hard, and yeah, it's hard, but it's rewarding. I've been able to get through it. If I can get through it, you can get through it. I guess that's my point. Tembo, play it. All right. Now, the one I was really excited about, I just started playing this, and so, you know, when I was starting to complain about King Oddball and make a King Oddball complaint video, I was like, God, I wish I could highlight some of these other games that, you know, I'm playing now, and they're so great. So I played the demo for Metamorphosis, and I thought, you know, oh, I'll wait till it's like $1.99 or $2, and I did. But wow, I mean, compared to King Oddball, they just knocked it out of the park here. It's so it's based on the Franz Kafka short novel, or short story, sorry. But it's not really, it doesn't really go with that at all. You wake up as a tiny little bug, and then you just crawl around the world, and it's mostly a puzzle platformer. You just platform on things and then kind of try to solve simple kind of physical puzzles to open the levels further and to get up to where you need to go. It's great. It really reminds me of Among the Sleep, if anybody's played that or saw my review of that. Look at this. Up on the gramophone. Yeah, and then jump on the record. Whee! Yeah. So, just level design alone, this game is amazing. I can't believe more people haven't talked about this. It is an older game at this point, which is why it was probably $1.99 or $2.99. But man, like everything I look up about this, it's just walkthroughs without any commentary. Nobody's talking about this game, and visually, just level design alone, it's pretty damn good. Now, mind you, I have not completed it yet. I'm getting pretty close to the ending, but wow, just I'm so excited right now. I'm in that mode where like I'm getting close to the end. Maybe the end is disappointing, and that's why nobody talks about it. But I'm excited about this game. And look at this. I got to a bug city. It's beautiful. Again, it does not follow any of the Metamorphosis, the short story, but it does have that Kafka world to it, and it kind of mimics the Trial a little bit plot-wise as well. Look at this city. It's huge, just in the middle of the game. All right, moving on to Chorus. Now, I've mentioned this in a couple videos, but yes, this did start as a Demo Daze video, and then I think it was free to play on Extra. And, you know, I knocked it a bit. I said Star Wars Rebel Squadron was better. I don't know. Star Wars Rebel Squadron, for people who haven't played these kind of games, is probably the one to get. But if you can get good at that game, you can get good at this game. But it is really, really hard. It's, you know, there's elements. It reminds me, I almost want to say it's like Metal Gear in space, because there's so many things you have to be careful about, and there's so many buttons and weapons and tricks you can use to make yourself basically invincible. But you have to know them, and you have to get used to them. I mean, this is me at the end of the game, kind of moving around and evading these guys. Just a couple hits from those lasers at the beginning of the game would mean certain death for you. But as you get better at the game, there was, I have to say, a boss fight about halfway through the game that almost broke me. But I went back to it, and I'm glad I did. Of course, it's a good game. Play it. All right, South Park, The Fractured But Whole. You get it? Here we go.
Back, kids. We got a lot of abortions today. It's Christmas. We need a doctor to Let me guess.
So,
Got a big
yeah, I played the hour-long demo where you just play the opening of the game, and then I saw it on sale at GameStop for like $10, and yeah, I played it. It's great. I presume anybody who would want to play this game already has. It's been out for a long time, but I just thought I'd mention it because this was one of the first demos I played in the PlayStation Store, and I really was happy I did, because I was worried about this fighting mechanic here, this turn-based, grid-based fighting mechanic, but I ended up loving it, and it reminds me of another game I like, but I can't think of it right now, but it's, they simplify the grid-based role-playing, and all the moves are fun. It's fun to play, it's fun to fight, even on this grid, so play it. Alright, moving on to Tron Runner. Now, I raved about this demo, and then I said I was going to buy it, and I never made another video about it, but I did actually play it. I think I beat it. It's an endless runner, kind of. You know, you can't really call it endless because it's just levels, but that's the style, I guess, of this game. It gets really complex, and again, not just endless runner. There's multiple styles to the different levels here. You throw your discs. It's an obstacle course basically, but then they temper that with just as many racing levels. So if you get stumped in the running levels or the racing levels, you just go back and forth between them, and it makes the game really playable. You do have to get good. You have to basically play some of these levels just over and over again as they get more complicated, just to know what's coming. But yeah, that fuzzy, warm Tron 1980s feeling. Yeah, I'm one of those guys. I don't know if that'll work for you though, if you don't know that movie. Okay, moving on to Defense Grid 2. This was another one that I played on the demos, and or I mentioned in Demo Daze, and I played as a demo, and then I never mentioned it again, but it was free for a little while on PS Extra, so I played it before it left, and I really liked it. It's just a tower defense game. It's cool because it has a story that's kind of interesting, because you're conversing while you're doing all this tower building and fighting all these aliens. There's AI characters who are talking to you, and they all have interesting stories, and it really does feel like a real game compared to like Swamp Defense, which I've mentioned. But yeah, it's simple. You just level up your towers. You have all the different kinds. Some take away shields, some are lasers, bombs, stuff like that. If you played a game like this, you know it. Pretty good. I'm not into these games in general, but I liked it. Alright, moving on to Deadly Tower of Monsters. I've mentioned this game multiple times, but now it's time for me to really focus and highlight this game, because it's so wonderful. It's not great, but it is pretty damn good, I would say. Just the look, this 1960s stop action animation look, and then the fighting itself. Here you got the laser guns. It's really cool. And oh yeah, and you got a lightsaber, by the way. Now spoilers, I guess, ahead here, but I assume nobody's played this, but this game is really cool, and it breaks the fourth wall, which you are about to see right here. Okay, so this is the final fight, but really, it's the director's fault. So smack! There you go, director. Really cool stuff. They're doing lots of little tricks in this game to make it fun, and look at this. This is me falling down the tower just to show you the scope of this game. Now, it's not huge, but I had to play my whole way up that damn tower, and then there's also like levels on the ground or areas on the ground that you have to fight through too. It is confusing. There are times when you feel lost. There are times when the game feels unfair. But for the most part, I would say if you're looking at this and you're like, this is kind of cool, play it immediately. It was on sale for, I think, $4 or $5. It's like a $20 game, so but play it. Deadly Tower of Monsters. Awesome. All right. Moto Racer 4. Now, this is a game that I never featured on an actual Demo Daze video, but I tried out the demo and then went and immediately purchased the game, because I saw it on sale for like $1.99, and I was like, what is this like? So I downloaded the demo, and I was like, okay, I can play this. This is like an old school, I almost want to say Sega racing game, because it feels like the ground and the scenery is just coming at you, even though it is 3D, and of course it's more modern than that. But this really, again, talking about warm fuzzies, this really brings back that joy of old arcade fun racing. And it's fast, and it's dangerous. It's just pretty good. Of course, by I think level 10 or race 10 or 12, I think there's only 20, but I got stumped. But check it out. All right, horror adventure, and this is our last game of the night. Me and Charlie just made a video of us playing through the demo, and then of course she made me purchase it when it went on sale for $1.99. It's really cheap. You just walk through a house, you get the camera, you get a flashlight, a few things, but it's just about the scares, and that's about it. But it's a super cheap game. I think it's Random Spin or Red Away. It's one of those cheap companies. Yeah, look at me just like walking through these zombies. But it is fun. I don't know. I'm mixed about it. Just play the demo. Actually, just play the demo. The demo's good enough. All right, there you go. That's all the free to play demos that I ended up playing, liking, or not liking, and purchasing, and then liking or not liking. Does that make any sense? All right, good night.